All hail the beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. In today's video, we are back with a fragrance review, and this time we have another 2020 fragrance release. This fragrance comes by way of the good people over at Pete Pedro. And if you know anything about this company, then you know they traditionally specialize in men's hair care products. And this year we saw them release a few fragrances and begin to get into that space. And personally, I think that is a natural progression. Earlier this year, we saw them drop Hero, and we also saw a drop of Rebel. But today we are back with the latest, which is King, or is it? So earlier this year, as I mentioned, they had two fragrances that came out. We had Rebel and Hero. Now Rebel was the start, I believe, and this one was that Creed Aventus type of vibe. And then we also had Hero, and Hero was more of that Aqua de Jo feel. Now pretty much what that means is that you have mass appealing fragrances, something that is out there for everyone. And this next fragrance, King, is really no different. All right, so again, if you're looking to kind of just look at the entire lineup, which one is going to be right for you, I'm going to give you an easy breakdown for you to understand which way you should go. Now, one of the things to call out, because I often get this when I get fragrances that look very similar from a company, of how can you tell them apart? Well, aside from the name on the fragrance, this one has a gold cap. We have one with a black cap and one with a silver. So King has a gold cap. As always, we'll go ahead and start off with the presentation as we've done, and this is what the box looks like. Now, they give you some product description on the box here that says King by Pete and Pedro is for gents destined for greatness. All right, of course, if you're a king, you're going to be great. It goes on to say dashing, dapper, divine, and also it doesn't matter what the box says. Fuck the box. All right, what we talk about here is this juice, and this is what you get. It's like a speed shooter. Pow, 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 pow. All right. Yeah, man, it comes out quite powerful. Now, like the other releases within this collection, King was created to really stand out and really be a part of that mass appealing vibe. And one of the things that it called upon to do that is, well, green Irish Tweed. Now, if you know anything about green Irish Tweed, that one is from Creed, and it's been around forever and a day. And there's been a number of clones out there on this fragrance, but this one is inspired by that, and they also have their own twist on it. I'm going to tell you more about it, but before I do that, let me give you the actual note breakdown. Now, according to Pete and Pedro, the note breakdown for this in the top include galbanum, grapefruit, and citruses. Now, in the mid, there are a ton of notes there. Some of them include juniper berry, you have orange blossom, you have lavender, and then you also have some pineapple there, as well as a host of other notes, and we'll have them somewhere on the screen. And then you get a woody base in this fragrance. You also get a touch of musk. Now, as I've said in a number of other videos, the entire Alpha M suite of products, at least the ones that I have tried, have been quality. And with this fragrance here, you have a different take or a different twist on a fragrance that has done extremely well over the years. So as you can see with the Aventus and Aqua de Jo and then the green Irish Tweed take, you're really targeting an audience of something that's going to be mass appealing, easy on the nose, and super easy to wear, and at an affordable price, which I can respect. Now, what I will tell you on this fragrance here, you're going to get something on the opening of this fragrance that doesn't exactly smell like green Irish Tweed, but it definitely will remind you of that one. Now, for me, in terms of most complimented fragrances from that house, that definitely stands out. And I get a huge vibe of that with this one, but it's not exactly the same. On your initial spray of this fragrance, you're gonna get something that's clean. And when I talk about clean, I mean more in a soapy, clean type of way, but not in a place where you feel like, hey, this is a soap that I am wearing. I really feel like this is a delicate balance between those two aspects of it. For me, when I smell green Irish Tweed, it's a really fresh, inviting feel, and I get a fresh, inviting feel with this one here, but it also has this soapy clean vibe without smelling exactly like soap. As this thing begins to progress a bit and transitions from the top into the mid, you begin to get some of those fruits, and that citrus becomes a bit more present versus the actual first spray. Now, one of the things that I will call out on King versus Green Irish Tweed is that I feel that King has this creamy vibe that goes along to it as well, and there are others out there on the market that have that creamy vibe to it that kind of give it a different feel than the original. But in this fragrance here, I think that it's done well for what it is. Now, in that base here, again, the base here, you have some sandalwood, you have some cedarwood, you have some musk in this thing, and this is where those additional manly nuances come in, where it's like, hey, this is a fragrance that a man should wear. As I've mentioned, this thing is an extremely easy to wear fragrance, and this does work. I've been wearing this one. I had this one in collection for about, I don't know, 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks or so. And over the past 2 days or so is kind of when I've been giving it an additional amount of wearing. And let me tell you why. One, this thing was downstairs in my bedroom, so it made it extremely easy for me to grab. And then also, when I got out of the shower, it's extremely easy to grab there as well, because it's right in my bedroom. But in addition to that, because it was there and I didn't have to come upstairs and try different things on, I was just more so wearing this one consistently versus switching between fragrances, and really been able to get a better feel and vibe for this one. Now, I have mentioned this before in the previous videos that I've done for Hero and Rebel. Some of you out there who are super into fragrances may pass on this one here. You may like, hey, you know what, I got Green Irish Tweed, or I have another fragrance out there and I don't want this one. But for those of you who are a fan of Alpha M and a fan of what Pete and Pedro have done, then this fragrance could be one for you, especially at its price point. You can get all 3 fragrances within the collection for less than you can buy a bottle of Creed for, so that is also good, and probably very close to what you could buy a bottle of Acqua di Gio on a retail side. So that's something to think of as well in terms of considering how to make your money stretch if you were looking to do that. Performance on these fragrances here, performance on this one is going to be about 4 to 6 hours, so it's not anything like groundbreaking or revolutionary as it comes to performance there, but I think this one can get you through most of your day and you'll be okay. And because it's price point, this is one that you might not feel like bad leaving in the office to reapply, or leaving in your car to reapply. Don't leave it in your car. Do not do that. I don't care if they gave it to your navigation. Do not do that. Do not leave this thing in your car. So I digress there. But this is one that you could really wear or bring along with you. And if you are super concerned about performance, then they do have these travel atomizers available where you can pretty much pump and go and throw this thing in your pocket and be good to go. And it also has the Pete and Pedro donkey on it. Not you couldn't see it, but it's there. Another thing I've also mentioned about these Pete and Pedro products in terms of the fragrances is I really feel that these compete with some of the other men's stores that you'll see out there, right? So if you're looking at a Express, or if you're looking at a Gap, or if you're looking at a H&M, PacSun, etc., I feel like these fragrances are in line and would compete with those. And in fact, I pretty much feel that these, because of their model after some really good fragrances, you probably are better off. And these are really in the same price point as well. Not only do you get that, but you're also really supporting a small business, because those are big chains and you can be able to help Alpha out. He may not need your help, but you know what I'm talking about here, man. So all in all, this is a solid fragrance. If I had to give this thing a rating, I would give it a 7. I think this is a solid fragrance for what it is. Again, you lack some points on creativity. Obviously, it's modeled after Green Irish Tweed specifically, so therefore you can't get that point of it. 4 to 6 hours in terms of longevity on this fragrance. It projects a bit for the first hour or so, and then it begins to not become a skin scent, but gets closer to the skin until about that 2.5 hour mark or so, and then it becomes a skin scent to me, and you begin to get some whiffs and wafts of it throughout the day. All in all, I feel that all of the fragrances that Pete and Pedro team have brought to market have been extremely versatile, crowd pleasing, and good to go. One of the things I would say that if you're looking to pick this up, this is probably not the best for fall and winter, right? I think if you are within a climate controlled environment, you can spray this thing on and be good to go. But this doesn't have that depth or that warmth that you would look for a cool weather fragrance. But this is definitely going to be good if you're wearing this thing to the gym, out and about, chilling in your driveway or something like that with your neighbors. Hopefully with the mask on, you'll be good to go. But all in all, solid release from the house of Pete and Pedro in my personal opinion. One more thing, listen, I know that price is important, all right? So these things are $49, but if you hit their site and let them know that I sent you by using the code BIGBEARD20X, you can save 20% off of the entire collection. All right, so there you have it. That makes $49 a lot more affordable. Not saying that $49 isn't affordable, because it definitely is. So there you have it, man. That's my take on this fragrance. Obviously, it's nothing groundbreaking or revolutionary. It's modeled after a specific fragrance. It gets okay longevity, 4 to 6 hours. I think for what you're paying for, that is a good price point. And also for the people out there who will be utilizing this fragrance, I think that this one is someone for the entire collection for this part is going to be for those of you out there who are new into fragrances. I think if you are, don't have a lot of money to spend and you want something that's going to be crowd pleasing that can help you throughout your day, whether you're in the office, you're going out on a date, or you just want to wear something casually to feel good, they can help you out. So 49 bucks, man, not bad at all, plus 20% off if you utilize my code. I'll have that linked and listed down below for you. As always, I'm your boy Big Beard B, and hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are back again. Use that code and tell them the king sent you. But before you go, hit the goddamn bell.